Today I'm going to give you a little peek inside my refrigerator. It has been exactly 2 weeks since I went to the grocery store, and we normally don't go grocery shopping, but once every 3 weeks. So I want to show you what's still fresh in here. It is March 24th today. I went grocery shopping on March 10th. So right here in the door, we still have some asparagus that is fresh. About once every 10 days or so, I take those out and I just chop a 1/4 inch off of the bottom, and that will open up the vascular system of the asparagus, and then it will keep sucking up the filtered water in it. And then this cilantro and parsley is actually from February, so it's like over 6 weeks old right now at this point, and we have a video for this for all the instructions. And then in my refrigerator, I have some peppers up here. Peppers are fruit, and I try to keep them away from other vegetables. There's still some apples up here. We have like 4 left. I want to try to use those up pretty quickly because we're moving into spring and summer. I'm going to want to have the new seasonal, like tropical produce that's coming into season. So I do have a couple of apples still left up there. I'm trying to use those up in the next couple weeks because we will want to have the new seasonal produce that's coming out. So the apples are up there at the top, and you'll notice that we have oranges down here lower. Those are not produce buddies, and they should not be stored near each other. And then I have some lettuce here. I'm going to pull this out and show it to you in a minute, but this is the lettuce. And then we still have some celery back here that I cut up. It's still totally crunchy in this container. And then in this silicone stasher bag, I still have a little bit of spinach left. If I didn't eat this all the way before next week when I go grocery shopping, I would just take out the paper towel and throw this in the freezer, and then I can use it in recipes or smoothies. And then I have a little tiny bit of feta cheese. I've been showing this on videos. I've been trying to use up the last of it, but it's actually from July. So when you store cheese with a metal lid, it will last a long time. And then I have a couple radishes still left here, so we've been putting those on salads. And there's a little bit of beef broth in there. And then we had pizza the other night, so we have some pineapples and black olives in a jar. I personally do not like black olives at all, and Mike likes them on his pizza. So one time I had thought that I had put black coffee in one of these jars and didn't realize it was black olive and drank it, or took a sip of it. It was horrible. But anyways, these are black olives in here. And then we have a little bit of pizza sauce left over from when we made the pizza the other night. And then this is a little bit of, I'll show you what I made with the other zucchini in just a minute. And the other zucchini that I haven't cut up yet is still here in the crisper drawer. I washed it 2 weeks ago when I brought it home, and it's still good here. And down in this drawer, I have some carrots. I made sure to cut up any of the carrots that were smaller first, and then these larger ones, I just haven't got around to cutting yet. So they're still in the drawer. This is the last cucumber we have. As soon as I cut it, I will put the rest of it in the glass jar, and it will totally last another week. So we'll have cucumbers the whole time. And normally I store Brussels sprouts in a jar, but I just didn't get around to it this time. We are packing to move, and everything's just a little crazy here right now. But these are the Brussels sprouts. I did have them in our mesh produce bag, so they've been in the crisper drawer with the other vegetables the whole time. And then there's still a yellow squash zucchini back there too. So those are the vegetables in that drawer. And then over here, we still have some lemons and oranges left. Mike normally eats a lemon every single day in his tea, and this is the last of the oranges. This is also something that he really likes. I hate peeling oranges, so he has a handy tool that he uses when he's peeling his. This was from the pantry, so these are actually pears that I canned. And then we're not really going through the large quart jars of pears. We do of the peaches, but the pears, that's just a little bit too much for us. But I found if I cook it down and make it into applesauce, then we're eating this up. So I've been trying to do that to try to cycle out some of the things out of our pantry. So this is actually pear sauce, not applesauce. And we like that with just a little bit of cinnamon, and I do add just a tad of coconut sugar to it. We have some hard-boiled eggs up here. This is the coldest spot of our refrigerator, so I have to be really careful what I put up there. If I put any greens or lettuce, spinach, any of these kind of things, it will freeze up there, and it actually turns everything like black and, you know, like it froze outside. And so I have to be careful that I don't put anything that's too high up on this side. So if you know where your cold spots are in your refrigerator, it does save save some money with not wasting things. And then that was the zucchini that was up there. I made some sauerkraut the other day. I have some corned beef left over from St. Patrick's Day that I made the sauerkraut to have some Reubens. And whenever I get rye bread on sale, I just put it in the freezer because I only take out like 2 or 4 slices at a time. I have some rye bread that's in the freezer. I have some sauerkraut. We're going to make some Reubens probably in the next couple days. And then these are pickled onions, so which are super simple to make. If you'd like that recipe, we could do a video on that. And I think I showed all of the drawers. We do have our organic milk here. We have some that is in the door too. Mike and I don't drink very much milk, and it's just the 2 of us here. It is the A2 milk, and it lasts a really long time. So I think the expiration date on it is 5/10 right now. So we're still like 6 weeks out before it expires, and we will have fresh milk this whole time. And then in this bottom drawer down here is where I keep my cheese and deli slices, things like that are down here, butter, which I also have in the freezer. And then speaking of things I had in the freezer, I had some cream cheese that I had in the freezer that we just grabbed out a little bit ago because I do want to make some bagels with some of this extra cottage cheese that we have right here. Anyways, this is what's in my refrigerator. I need to show you the lettuce and what I did with the zucchini. This is the last of the lettuce that we have, and I stored it in this glass container. If you're looking for this size container, we will put the link in the description for it. Lettuce will last 3 to 4 weeks when you wash it and store it properly, and it also kills off the mold spores, 𝐋𝐈𝐍𝐿, Listeria, and any other harmful pathogens that you might have on your produce items. So we have videos for all kinds of produce items, and make sure that you hit subscribe and check out our brand new book called The Zero Waste Produce Guide, which has a special code also linked in the description. And now I'll show you that recipe I was talking about. This is actually made from oats that I ground up to make oat flour, eggs, Greek yogurt, zucchini, a little chocolate powder, and then I did put a little tiny bit, maybe a tablespoon of maple syrup in it. It's like practically breakfast, and it's brownies. If you'd like this recipe, we can do a video on it because I wouldn't mind making this again. And these raspberries Mike finished off this morning for breakfast.